Hello, traders. Good evening. We are back again. Remember, Miss Mary has a late night show every Wednesday, and I am returning and back to work starting today. Moving forward, we will continue our late night show every Wednesday moving forward. But today it's going to be different. I know we're starting at 9 o'clock, but it's going to be different because when we were trading today on SPY, a lot of emotions, right? And we need to work with our emotion. And we will go over the book Trading in the Zone. This is called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. We'll do like a small summary chapter by chapter. It's going to be quick, but hopefully this short video will, or at least this short live will sink in and you could utilize this information while you're trading. You know, in our psychology, really have a big role in our trading journey. It doesn't happen overnight, you know. So we'll wait until 2 more minutes and we'll discuss more about it. Hello, ladies. Clarice, nice to see you. Miss Vinsal. Hello, cat girl. Oh, hello, Vinette. Hello, very lucky mod. So we'll wait for like 2 more minutes. And then after this short video, we'll go over your favorite technicals. I know number one is your QBTX. We'll go over that. But I just would like to discuss more about psychology of trading because I think that is correct. Is this is all girls? No, Mr. Grant. He just happens to be full of girls just for today. But mostly, it's a combination of both. We have 1 more minute and we'll go from there. I normally do a Wednesday late night show with Tamir, but we could continue with him next week. Hello, Julia. Hello, Trisha. Hello, guys. I hope everybody made money with SPY. I know one of our subscribers didn't. This is for you, Flavio. I hope you're listening. And to those people who are emotionally trading with their own money. So let's go. It's 9 o'clock. Hello, traders. Good evening. Thank you for being here today with me with Miss Mary. I always have my late night show every Wednesday, but moving forward, we are starting our late night show and it's going to be interesting because sometimes we'll do fundamentals, sometimes we do psychology, and along with that, we'll do technicals. But pretty much a lot of people in our crown traders give technicals. Mike gives technicals. So I want to be different today. Everybody's giving technicals, but we neglected our mindset, right? So today we'll go over chapter by chapter of Mark Douglas Trading in the Zone. So let's start with chapter number 1. So chapter number 1, he said, the road to success. What is it? Fundamentals, technicals, or mental analysis? If I'll get to ask you guys that, I'm sure most of you guys will say mental analysis. Others will say technicals. Dennis Richards said that trading is not about technicals. He said it could be taught with strategy, right? But Edward Eckert, his buddy, said, no, trading is actually a skills. But he believed that it's all about discipline and following with your plan. But Mark Douglas said that trading is about psychology, mindset. He explains that traders are over obsessed with their indicators, with their analysis, but in reality, it's your mental, right? So the market reflects most of our belief, our emotion. Those candles represents traders' emotions. You know, those whipsawing. I mean, part of it also is manipulations of the institution, right? But those candles represents traders' reaction to the market. So consistency comes from mastering your mindset, not from predicting your support and resistance, not from that. It's always your mindset. Chapter number 2, the lure of trading. So traders are drawn to the freedom of potentials of the market, and but some freedom exposes your what? Your weakness, right? Without structure, without your disciplines, traders actually sabotage themselves. We've seen a lot of them when we're doing live trading. Can I enter now? We missed it. We had the opportunity, but we FOMO. So what do? We jump in right away, right? We we need to maintain our emotion when we are trading. Trust me, this is not easy. It's hard because if trading is easy or psychology is easy, everybody will be doing it. Everybody will be successful. I will not be. I will not be here, right? Nobody will be here because why? Everybody could do it, but it's not. Trading is the easiest way to make money, the hardest possible way. Because we could just sit here, but it's hard to make money when trading because of our mindset. Chapter number 4, consistency. It is a state of mind. Consistency is not a strategy according to Mark Douglas. It is a mindset. You must think like a professional. You have to be calm, objective, and rule driven. So, pro traders, like the professional traders, they don't have to be right. They just need to follow their rules. You know, they just really need to follow their rules. If you continue to say, oh, I'm right, this is where it's going, you will lose. Because if you always want to be right, the market is always right, not us. Okay, that's why we always trade what the market says, what the market gives to us. It's not us. If we always force like, oh, I'm right, I told you guys it's gonna come up there. No, dude, that's not guaranteed. It's you're lucky that you went to your level, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, nothing is guaranteed when it comes to stock market. It's all probability. Chapter 6, the market's perspective. Just like I said, the market is neutral. The market doesn't even know you exist. The market doesn't know you. The market doesn't care about you. So price moves based on collective actions of all participants. What he said, accepting this removes your emotional attachment. Just because you sold doesn't mean the market's going to go up. It's not. It's not. And trust me, all these things that we're talking about, it's not easy. Like the Great Wall of China is not built in a day, right? Same thing with trading. This is not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. And I'm telling you, it's hard because I've experienced it. Chapter 7, Trader's Edge. What is that? An edge is just simply means probability. It's not guaranteed. Your job is to execute your edge, your probability, repeatedly over and over again without emotional interference. It means one trade means nothing. One loss means nothing. But consistency, a series of trades, means everything. So if today I lose, tomorrow I win. Why? Because I follow through. Even if I lose, as long as I follow my plan, you're fine. Don't take it personal. What do we always say? We gotta feed the golden goose to lay golden eggs, right? It's your business expenses, man. We gotta pay them. Chapter 8, working with probabilities. Douglas teaches that traders think, one more time. Douglas teaches traders to think in probabilities, not prediction. We always predict. We believe this is going to go up, but it's always probability. What do you think about those, my favorite indicator, tweezer bottom, tweezer top, common gaps? Those are probability. 90% probability for common gap that it's going to fill. Tweezer bottom, what are those? Probability. Probability that 80 to 86% that the success rate will be about 86%. And the rest, obviously, if the trade goes south. So 80 to 86% is the probability that the tweezer bottom will be respected, that it will be validated. And what if it goes south? There comes your 20 to 14%. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay, so just because I said, hey, there's a tweezer bottom, but if you see the confirmation next to it is red, obviously it's invalidated. There comes your 20 to 14% of going south. Chapter 9, the nature of belief. Your beliefs determined your behavior. So limiting your beliefs, what are those? Your fear of loss, fear of being wrong, fear of missing out, FOMO. Those things create hesitation and inconsistency because you program your belief in your head that, hey, in order for me to be successful, I need to be right. No, we don't need to be right. Even in real life, we don't need to be right. We just need to work what we have, work it out, accept it, trade what the market gives to us. Chapter 10, the impact of random rewards. This is the one that when you get lucky, like you win in the bad habits. Like, for example, your stop loss is supposed to be 20%, but you ended up changing your plan and you ended up buying more contracts to leverage your losses, right? It was like 90% and then you bought more because it's like only 30 cents and you bought like, let's say 100 contracts because it's only 30 cents. That is winning on the bad habits. And that's just not rules. That's just luck in a way. But that's called winning on the bad habits. So Mark Douglas said that traders must detach from the short-term outcomes and trust their process. So when you believe you have 20% stop loss, stick to it. But if you break it, there's higher probability you will lose that trade. But when you break it, sometimes it goes to your favor. That is called winning on the bad habits. That's called luck as well. Chapter 11, thinking like a trader. When I started being a realtor, I'm so accustomed of being my husband's partner with his business. And it just never synced to me that I'm a realtor until one day my mentor said, you know, Mary, you got to start thinking like you're a realtor. You stop saying that, oh, my first thing is I run a business with my husband. No, you're now a realtor. So if you start thinking like a trader and you put that in your head, you become one, right? What Dan Pena said, show me your friends and I'll show you the future, is the same thing. If you start thinking that you're going to be a trader, you're surrounded by traders, you will become one. If you hang out with smart people, your performance, they said, increases by 35%. If you hang out with not so smart people, your performance decreases 50%. So know who you want to hang out with. Okay. Chapter 12, the zone. This is what's the most important thing in trading psychology, the zone. That's why it's the book, Trading in the Zone. The zone means this is the mental state of flow, calm, confident, and focus. Every time you execute your trade, it has to be no hesitation. No hesitation whatsoever. Why? Because when you enter your trade, you know that there's a breakout, there's confluence. You need to weigh which one has more positive or negative. If you see more bullish convictions because you're going for a call, go for it. If you believe that your call has less of a positive signal or less of a bullish signal, then why go for it? Right? It means you're hesitating. You're not in the zone. You're not focused. You're not following your strategy. So it's like a paradox in a way, right? When you're so afraid, you just gotta have to jump in, although you have a lot of conviction that this thing is gonna go right. And as the time goes by, you guys start having that trader instinct. It's like a mother intuition we ended up having that trader's intuition. And one day it will come, it will click. I know it takes time, but it will happen. It's just consistency, and you're building that intuition. Chapter 13, the trading exercise. What does that mean? Douglas ends with a practical exercise to retain your mindset. You know what's that? Somebody wrote it down. It's actually journaling your belief and your probability based thinking. In order for you to, let's say, when you're trying to achieve a goal, if you don't write it down, it may not sink in. I don't know if you guys listen to Jim Rohn. I love listening to Jim Rohn. He said, in order for you to achieve your goal, you got to write it down. You have to write it down. If you don't, then it's just simple, a dream. And another thing that I believe is things that you're choosing, things that you're not changing, you're choosing. So if you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, you're choosing that. If you don't see no results, you're choosing that. Okay, so you want to be a good trader, but you sit down and you wait for somebody to tell you what to do. But yet you're not reading books. You're not listening to YouTubes. You're not listening to the right person that you believe should help you. We could listen to everybody. You could listen to every YouTubers that you want. You could listen to pretty much everybody. But some of us are just noise. We don't give quality message. Others do. Like I highly believe in Josh. I like thumbs up on Josh. He's incredible traders. That's the reason why I become who I am, because I saw him and I'm like, wow, I want to be like him when I grow up. So Josh it's incredible. So if you follow YouTubers and you see that you keep losing and losing, does that make sense? I mean, you guys need to start waking up. I'm just saying that, we need to follow a leader who will help you succeed. All right. So what is the summary of this small chapter books from Mark Douglas? Somebody said it in the chat already. Trading success is 80% psychology and 20% strategy or technicals. Okay, so this short video hopefully will help you guys, because I've been doing live trading with most of you guys. I'll say all of you guys who was ever listening to me. And honestly, I do this because I believe it's my calling. I really want you guys, each and every one of you guys, I want you guys to be successful on whichever way you guys want to be successful. If you want to make $500, do it. You have to have a goal, like daily goal at least. And it has to be a sensible goal too. If you have a $500 capital to trade, and then you're going to tell me you make $500, that doesn't make sense. Okay? Every trade is not a home run. You'll be lucky with 5 to 10%, especially in scalping. Swinging 10, 20%, 30%, 50%, that's incredible. If you have a leap, doesn't mean you got to hold this 1 year. You hold it until you have profit. What is your take profit level? 20%, 30%, 40%. This leap, you could just be able to hold in 2 days. You already make profit. Get out. This is not intention to hold longer just because it's a leap. It's not, guys. And your skip is the same way. So, and also if you're profited 100%, I have lots of students sending me messages and saying, I have 100%, I'm waiting for the earnings. How much percentage you want to make? You already make 100%. Are you waiting for 1,000%? That's guaranteed 100%. Why don't you get out and then enter again? So, the hardest thing to do in trading is actually taking profit and my stop loss. Those are two things that we're always struggling. And when you enter that arena, I always call the stock market arena, because for me it is. When you enter that arena, you have to know 4 things. 1, why did you enter that trade? And following Miss Mary is not the reason why you enter a trade. Okay. Number 2, what is your risk management? Risk management is your stop loss. Okay. Your stop loss is subjective. I cannot tell you how much money you're willing to lose. It's not up to me. It's up to you. 3, your take profit level. When you guys do live trading with me, you guys see always 3 levels, right? It's not because I have to put it there. It's to gauge my what? My greed. Also so that I could be ready when to take profit. And I have my plan when to get out. Number 4 is your position size. Position size is very important because if you're trading and your capital is $1,000 and then the trade goes south, you add more $1,000, then that's not part of your strategy. If your strategy is to stick to $1,000 position size, stick with it. Why do you have to add it? You just break your rules. And I guarantee you, if you write this down, all of them, all your 4 rules, and you just put a pen on it or something, and every time you enter a trade and you see that, I guarantee you, when you win, is because you follow your trade. When you lose, it's okay because you still follow your rules. Why? Because your stop loss triggered. And don't be upset. Don't be upset because you have 1 loss. And I also have 2 rules. 3 trades in the morning, if I'm scalping, that's not including my swing. If I lost twice in the morning, I am done for the day. I'm just trying to protect my mindset. I'm trying to protect my emotion. And I'm willing to accept these losses. If I lost twice, I'm done for the day. I'm not going to do power hour. If I did 3 trades in the morning and I become successful on that trades, the power hour, I will just do 1 or 2. I'll be happy with 1. Tomorrow, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to follow my rules every single day. And I hope you guys do the same. Okay. This is just a short overview of Mark Douglas. And when you guys listen to me on the live trading, I teach you guys to always read books. And I preach about stop listening. It's not that stop listening to music. Use that time to listen to a book, audiobooks. Use that time. I hardly listen to music. It's not that because I'm boring. I have a pretty boring life, I might say. But you know what? Consistency is boring. Losing is boring. Winning it's happy, but some people not happy with a with a small profit. Others will be like, oh, Miss Mary get out too early. You left so many the whole bread on the table. But guys, I'm not here to devour the whole bread. I just want a little bit of crumbs because I'm scalping. Okay, so you guys really need to know those strategies. Okay, once you start being consistent with your rules and you have constant win, you feel confident. But when you feel confident, doesn't mean that you have to increase your position. You can if that's part of your strategy, but just because you win 3 days in a row or 4 days in a row, the 5th day doesn't mean you got to go all in. Why? The market will humbles you. It will humble you. Okay. I've experienced it a lot. One day I experienced it with QBTX. I'm like, oh, I got this in the back of my head. I could do this, And at some point, he went down. QBTX is very volatile, and I was out 50%. But I never sell QBTX for a loss because I know eventually it will go back. I just have to have a patience, and just like Ertz said, we got to put in a doghouse. So that's what I did. And ever since I did that, I just don't get overconfident anymore because I'm afraid that the market will humble me. From time to time, they do, but I accept those losses. All right, let me just read some of your comment and then we'll go ahead and do a technical. I hope you guys enjoyed that little short summary of Mark Douglas. Made money with SPY. Good job. Good evening. 68% win in SPY. Woohoo! That's amazing. Love that. Trading is about 80%. It's like I agree. Absolutely. That's what Mark Douglas said. I've been keeping my trading journal of my emotions. After I'm done, I'm being upset. Ask myself. You're right. Absolutely, Mr. Grant. That's what you do. Can you do power hour on Thursdays instead of Wednesdays? Unfortunately, no, I can't, Ron. I have to stick to the calendar. Power hour for Thursday is Mark, Tribal Trader. I will admit that this trading journey was definitely exposed to my internal weakness. Oh, trust me, I know. We all do. Not hard if you are Mrs. Mary on your corner. Ah, Rays, thank you. What if your rules don't work? Well, what do you think, dude? You gotta change it. If your rules don't work, you gotta change your rules. Sometimes I feel like they're watching me. No, they're not. It's us. It's us. It's us, Rays. It's our emotion. The market doesn't know who you are. The market doesn't care who you are. The market has no emotion. And fear. Yep, I agree. Well, I hope this short video will help you guys with a little bit of psychology of trading, but I highly suggest to read or at least listen to audiobooks about reading psychology. Next one is Randy Howell. Listen to him too. They're very aligned on their teaching. You have to read both of them so to make sense. Uh, let's go ahead, Mark. Oh, he talks about his Florida and vacation, total distraction. Ah, Florida is nice, guys, except for alligators and lizards and snakes. Not a big fan. Before I start with scalping was much easier in 2024. Well, it was a bullish trend, man, in 2024. So, actually, it's not bullish. You think it's easier back in 2024? Not quite sure. It was easier last couple months back in August. I normally do shares and options if there's an opportunity. Like I do QBTX and RKLX for our scalping every Tuesdays and Thursdays. But unfortunately, I did not focus that lately because it was down. So we cannot scalp that. With options for the power hour, we do a SPY because of the high liquidity. For SPY as well, it's a lot easier for me to teach you guys with SPY. If I do Tesla is a girl, just changed her mind completely. She could just be bullish and all of a sudden she's a girl. Just she changed her mind to be bearish. So and that whipsawing and that wicks is not very fun to trade with, you know. Let me share you guys my screen real quick so we could talk about QBTX. So I'm always just itchy on my nose because I think I'm allergic to my dog. I just don't want to tell my husband, which he doesn't care anyways. He still loves his dog. So let's take a look at this. This is QBTX on the weekly chart. We do have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. As you can see, QBTX did not really break the structure because we did not create a lower low. So this is still higher low and still higher low. This is still higher compared to here. So it's still pretty bullish. And in order for us to continue with that bullish trend, let's just go ahead and draw a trend line. Guys, trend line is so easy to use. Just do your raise and stretch it up to the top. And anything that breaks out of that, possible what? Changes of a structure, right? So let's take this out. Second, do you guys see any kind of possible pattern in here? Yeah, we do have that possible head and shoulder, right? Is it confirmed? No, it's not. It's forming the second shoulder, which will be your neckline is right here. It's not confirmed yet. So in order for us to confirm if there is any kind of possible forming of this second shoulder, very simple. All you gotta do is draw a trend line. See, trend line is important. Just draw a trend line like this. So once we see a breakdown of that trend, it means our second shoulder is forming. On the daily is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. It looks bullish. This is a bullish candle. We do have a support lies on that 37, 35 level of support. And we do, this $42 is pretty strong. This $42 is pretty strong. If we break out on that 42, 43 level, there is a local support lies on that 45.91 or round it off to 46, then to 49. So you got 46 to 49 level of resistance if we do break out this 43. Once we break out of that 49 level, this is your top resistance, which is 52. Now, we haven't even used our MAs. Let's take a look at our MAs. Okay, this is your 50 MAs. It's pierced through this candle. And when the candles are pierced through, when the EMAs are pierced through the candle, can this candle move? No. Remember I told you guys, this EMA serves as a shackle, right? A shackle where this candle cannot move freely and cannot climb up all the way to 49, all the way to 51 or 52 level if we don't break out above it. So we have to have a free candle or called a breakout candle for QBTX to continue to go higher. Let's check out the weekly. The weekly. Where is my cross MAs? Weekly, it looks really nice. We do have a breakout candle right above this. I think that's my 9MA. Yep, that's the 9MA. So this is the first candle. This is the first candle of QBTX to be above 9MA. So that's a good thing. However, we still haven't have a bullish crossover. You guys know how important for me to have a bullish crossover in the RSI, right? It's currently about above 50. It's okay. Yeah, it's approaching the bullish territory. It's slightly bullish on the RSI. Your MACD is still in the bullish territory, but we still want a bullish crossover both on the MACD and the RSI. Take a look at the 4 hours in here. Okay. So as you can see, where do I go? I go first to the weekly, and then I take a look at the daily, and I just look at where's the EMAs, and this is your 200 MAs. I wish this is a green color. That'll be nice. At least we could say we have a first breakout green candle to the upside. But once again, this is such a little bit of a struggle. These levels is a little bit of a struggle for QBTX. We need to break above these levels. Your resistance lies here and the top, which could be seen on the daily. So if you look at the daily, it's very simple, guys. This is going to be quite a hurdle for QBTX. The top of the wick will be your resistance. The second one is this big bullish candle. This is quietly less than half of this candle. Remember, you guys are being on my live trading. We know that half of this candle is going to have some type of local resistance. It's going to have some type of reaction. So break out of this reaction, break out of this level, it could fill up the whole bullish candle. Now, once we fill up the whole bullish candle, let's go ahead and put our resistance in there. So that will be your resistance. Break out of that big candle, then we could definitely see QBTX could move higher. How high could it go, Mary? Well, these levels are not guaranteed, okay? But these are the level of resistance. Number one, we have to have this half of this candle in here. It's about maybe 72. Oh, that's the wrong one. We got 62 to 64 level of resistance. Then we have that $69 all the way to this big candle of 73. So you got 69 to 73 level of resistance. After that, we could see it going up to 97. Is it guaranteed? Not yet. It's not guaranteed yet. Well, nothing is guaranteed, but we're trying to see how far can this RSI go. Every time it reaches, here's your technical analysis 101. You could look at the RSI and you could actually see how far RSI had gone lately. So lately, RSI hasn't been going more than above 60. Is this 60? Not even, not 55. See, it hasn't even gone above 60. And we know that once it's reached above 60, it's going to be more bullish. It's like an accelerator. Once you hit 60, you got a booster pushing up those RSI. Currently, right now, it's just been respecting slightly below 50 multiple times, right? Right here, even here. Right here, this one is still bearish for me because your signal line is right below your RSI. So But regardless, even if you don't have the signal line on your RSI, as you can see, RSI hasn't even reached more than 60. Again, not 60. Again, not 60. Again, not 60. Hopefully the next one, hopefully, because we have a possible breakout candle on the weekly. Remember that weekly candle. Hopefully this one could be able to go up, 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 and we could be able to see our KLX move higher, just like the good old days of that $100 for QBTX. Okay, so that is your QBTX. What about the support, Mary? Support is very simple. So these are the support that we did talk about it. The 35, 37 to 39 is your local support. Break out of that support, you're still seeing $30. That 31, yep, 31. 31 to 29, I believe. Yep, 31 to 29 is your local support for QBTX. It's been respected multiple times right here. But we want our QBTX to remain on this trend line. Okay? Because remember, on the bigger time frame, on the weekly, it could drop and create our second shoulder, which is our head and shoulder. Okie dokie. I know that's pretty a lot. Now, let's talk about Nvidia. This is our Nvidia, our little falling wedge on the Nvidia. Did we break out of it, Mary? No, we did not. So lucky. What is this? Possible reversal. Hello. Did it confirm, Mary? Nope. We're supposed to have what? We want a green candle to confirm our beautiful, what is it? Tweezer bottom. Let me go ahead and close this out. Okay. So we have our beautiful falling wedge. This descending wedge is actually a bullish signal. I did a short video on Nvidia. Did it break? It did not break. Did you see this wick here? It represents rejection. It represents rejections. Now we are back at this candle again. We are really on the bottom of this candle, serving as a support. Now we still want to see Nvidia break out of that $87, $88 of resistance. Okay, so break out of that. Hopefully we could see Nvidia passing that 189, 192 to 193, and I really want that 196. Ever since we have that W pattern here, we had a double bottom. I know that I discussed this with you guys. It did not reach that 196. It reached only 192, 193 level of resistance. Half of this candle only reached, not even reached to the top. So I still want to see them. It's not what we want. It's just whatever the market gives to us. But if it does, that 196 is actually a good level for take profit. However, just like I said on my short video, if you guys read that Japanese candlesticks, they will tell you how to take profit using a pole. Or also Josh talks about this too. He teaches this in his class, I believe. So if there's a breakout of this trend line or the wedge, the estimate of taking profit lies on the 208 level of resistance. You measure the pole of the flag and you put it on the bottom. Others put it on top of the flag. For me, I always like to make it practical. The Japanese book says to put it on the bottom. So that's an estimate, which is pretty much aligned to this body of the candle of the two spinning top. Right here. And if it exceeded, right here. Now, if we use our Fibonacci extension, what is that, Mary? Fibonacci extension is used for taking profit level. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Trying to make it more accurate. This is 170, 170.31. If I'm trying to be accurate as much as I can. Oh. Close above that. And 100% is what? similar to the pole of the flag, about 105, 205 to 208. Close enough. Close enough. So 100% is supposedly your take profit level, which you could extend it to all these levels, according to Fibonacci extension. Okay. That is your Nvidia. Next one, the last one before we go. I know my show is so late and I'm trying to stick to the plan. Just 1 hour. 1 hour, Mary. AMD. AMD looks bullish. I do like AMD right now, and I'm still waiting for AMD to reach the 230 to 233, because break out of this level could definitely give us, not definitely, nothing is guaranteed. I'm still looking at AMD, looking at 246, 253, all the way to the top level, like 263 to 265, 267 actually. Let me see. Yep. So if we break out above that 233, AMD will be more bullish. RSIs already have a crossover, but once again, the last time it reaches this level is about 55, not even 60, reverses. Same thing here. Now let's take a look at EMAs, because not all supports and resistance are created equal. I'll show you guys that example later. Right now, this was at this level. It touches, this is a possible rejections of the 50 MAs. At this level, this is actually a breaking candle. So I prefer this breaking candle than this rejection. So hopefully the 50 MAs is pierced through this candle, which is a bullish candle. And if we open above 223 tomorrow, at least above 221, then we are actually free of 50 MA. Then we are seeing the resistance of that 230 and 233 for AMD. Once again, follow this big candle here, and this will serve as your resistance. Multiple touch, 1, 2. Okay. This is just a possible local support. This was a support before. This is a support. Now it's a resistance. So we do have a bullish crossover here, but the last time it reaches that, it did not surpasses the 60. It actually reverses. But I do like this candle. This is a bullish candle. Let's take a look at the weekly. It's not even done yet. This weekly is actually a beautiful candle. It's not completed. You still have like 2 days to complete this candle. We have a piercing candle, which is bullish. Once it's in the downtrend, you have a piercing candle, it's early reversal to the upside. But you still have 2 days, because this could be an engulfing candle, or as a matter of fact, we could actually change this color to, I don't know, maybe change. I don't know what's going to happen, but if your support lies, your support is 199 to 194, I think. Yep, 199 to 194, that is your support. Drop below that 194, what do we have? We have a gap right here. So when there's a gap, it signals bullish, right? And that bottom always serves as a support, mostly on the key level of support, especially it happens on the weekly. So before you trade the gap, you would need to make sure that that support will be respected, because if you trade that gap and you see that right here, this is a strong support for AMD. If you go short here because you want to trade gap and you see that it's been respected, your short will get roasted. Good luck. You need a confirmation, okay? This was respected multiple times since November. We have a tweezer bottom here. We still keep reaching the half of this candle. We did have a candle here more than 50, but it's a red candle. It's not a strength candle. So this is round 2. Hopefully this round 2 candles will actually surpass this more than 50%, and hopefully could fill up the whole candle of that 243 to 248. So surpasses 233 will give us a more move to the upside. So we got actually weekly saying 234 instead of 233. So push it a little bit higher, then we could see surpasses at 234. We definitely seeing that 242, then 248, then to the top. How far can it go? How far can it go? Using Fibonacci again. So first of all, let's measure how far is this. 61%. This level, let me take this out for you guys. So this level, after a rally, pulls back, which is a beautiful rejections here with the tweezer bottom rejections again. This is another rejection. It's a bunch of rejections, but we just can't happen to surpass half of this candle. But this is a nice rejections, and this is a 61% golden ratio of Fibonacci retracement, meaning after a rally, it pulls back 61%. Every trader's dream to enter a trade every time he hits that 61%. The only thing is that I wish, it's not wish, if you just have a bullish crossover here, that'll be so sweet to enter this trade early. But being on the 58 is still okay. It's over for AMD. It looks bullish, by the way. It really looks bullish. You have a mini gap in here too, so pay attention to that mini gap. Mini gap, very, very, very small gap. That will be 209 to 215, 214.98. So if you see drop below 214 tomorrow, or it drop below 214.98, just keep in mind there is a mini gap from that 209.88. So that is a good short possible scalp if it drops below that. Hopefully it doesn't drop, because I do like AMD. It looks like it wants to come up higher. It looks bullish on the daily, by the way. Yep. We finally surpasses that, but it's just a red color. You want to enter on the green if you're going for long. You don't want to enter on the red. Okay. Last one but not the least, APP. I had a student today, and this is one of his favorite stocks. I do like APP long term, by the way, but it just dropped. We had I've been following this, that's why. We had a descending channel, which is bullish. We break out, and one of the swing trade strategy, I'll give you guys a nugget of wisdom again. Once you break out of that descending channel, any kind of channel that it's breaking to the upside, your first take profit level is always on the top pole. But let's measure this. This is supposed to be your take profit level. So now it pulls back once again. Remember that poll that I taught you guys, or Josh, or the book that tells you guys how far can it go? Just use that poll. It breaks out. You're still looking at around APP $1,000, guys. It's not gonna happen overnight, but that's the prediction. If this is a healthy pullback, and this is just a breakout, you could say that Merida was a W in there, and if it respected your leg 1, leg 2, take profit, and then it pulls back, retesting of the neckline. This also could be just after a breakout, retesting of the support level right here, this candle here, respecting that support level, which you could actually extend that here, or half of that candle it could extend, and still a healthy pullback. But if we measure that pullback, that is about still again 60%. Let me change that. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't like my okay. So this is once again after a rally. Your pullback is again on the 61%. So there's confluence on this APV, not confirmed, but give you a higher conviction. So one, you have a tweezer bottom, will be completed in a couple days, Thursdays and Fridays. So you got 2 more days to complete that. You have a possible tweezer bottom. 2, your Fibonacci retracements is about 61% golden ratio, right? Second, draw a trend line in there. As long as the candles remain above that, your trade confirms to the upside. Okay. Now, how far can it go? I show you guys what is the possible resistance with APP, but we just use the Fibonacci extensions. It's the easiest way to take to see how far can it go. Right there. Let's see. Let's measure this too. Let me just see how aligned is your Fibonacci retracement. That's crazy. 140%. It could reach all the way to 100% if it depends on the poll. Okay, we still got 15 minutes. All right, I'll give one more. Maybe I'll oh, hold on. Maybe I'll look at your message. Let's see. Some questions. I'll take a look at it. Questions. How far can it go? How you know how placed to their lines to see how far can you go? I showed you guys. It's from the pole to the bottom of the pole to the top of the pole, the flag. SMCI. Okay, I'll take a look at. Okay. Ma'am, can you see? Do you? Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's see one more. That's right. It's free coaching, man. I'm telling you. Not too late for you, Ray. It's too late for me. I've been live trading since this afternoon. Oh, thank you, Nepal. All right, let's take a look at if we have more time, take a look at Netflix. Okay, I do like Netflix, by the way. Long term, I'm accumulating Netflix. Netflix just had a, what did I have again? I forgot now for a moment. Split. It's a good split. It was 10-1. So I do like, yes, it's a falling knife right now for Netflix, okay? But if you take a look at it, honestly, we still have it. The only structures that we broke is we created a lower high right here, but we did not create a lower low here. But $82 is a key level support of Netflix. Okay, key level of supports. I do like Netflix even from 88 to 82. I start buying more and more for Netflix. This is my long term. I'm not swinging this, but you could do cash secured put if you want. You could put it on the 82. So while you're waiting, you're getting paid. But obviously, if you do a cash secured puts, you have to make sure you have the capital to buy 100 shares of Netflix when in case you get assigned that $82. It's still on the table, guys, but drop below that $82. We're definitely seeing Netflix back to 75, 69, even touching this 200 MAs of the $62. We are way oversold, but doesn't mean anything. He could just continue to come down. Let's see how far is this pullback already. I'm getting tired of this. It's been pulling. It's just dropping and dropping and dropping. All right, we could start from here if we want to, but that's not the right way. Okay, that's 61%. That's okay. But let's see. If we start on the still a short pullback after this big rally, so he's still, this is a monthly, by the way, okay, so that's a monthly, so he's still a pretty good pullback. This is a shallow pullback after a rally, but if I want to be conservative, I'll say I'll put it here. He's still close enough to the 61, so there's still more room to the upside. Or once you drop below 8 MA, always go back and test your 50 MA. So if it doesn't test that 50 MA, you still have that 69, you're still on the table. Yep, is it guaranteed? Nothing is guaranteed. Earnings missed. Coming on January 20th. Ooh. I do like Netflix long term. It's still bearish. It's still bearish. It's still bearish, but the larger time frame saying that it's okay. It's just a short pullback. Okay, guys, hold on. Hold on. There you go. The reason why I draw this trend line here is because of that bullish divergence. So I want to see a possible breakout on Netflix, and they had a bullish divergence in here. It did not break it, so it's invalidated your bullish divergence. It's still a downtrend. Continue to go down. On the 4-hour chart, this is a possible reversal. We have a morning star pattern right here. This is a big bearish candle. This is an early signal. The real confirms of this Morningstar pattern lies here. Yeah, I know, lies here. So a confirmation of this Morningstar pattern lies here. But if you're going to be aggressive, very easy. You could actually scalp this. This is one a good way to scalp this. This is tomorrow. If he opens above at least, I'll say 88.78, we remain above 88.78, break out of that, your first take profit level lies right here in 89. That's not much of a move, about $1 for scalping, but it's possible. Surpasses that, and you're gonna have at least half of this candle goes to that 90 all the way to your, what level is that? $91. Yep, $91. So one, the goal is you have to surpass above this candle here. Then your 8 EMA, then half of this candle all the way to the top. And if it breaks out this trend line, it will be more bullish for you guys. Why? Because there's a bullish divergence showing, and it was invalidated because nothing is broken to the upside. Okay. Next one is SMCI. We have 8 minutes. SMCI. Once again, as you can see, I always look at my bigger time frame. Oh, that is a big pennant flag. You could get a fake out. Let's take a look at the daily. What do you guys see in the daily? What is that? That's a doji, right? But what is that? What candle is that, guys? What candle is that? Come on, guys. Nobody knows what candle is that. So we got a doji, and we have a tweezer bottom. We have a doji being, the doji being in the bottom could be a possible reversal, although this means indecision, but being in the bottom with a tweezer bottom here, it serves as a possible reversal. Is it confirmed? No, it's not confirmed. Okay, it's not confirmed here. Confirmation of that is when we go above that 29.88, then confirm to the upside. All right, let me tell you guys that Morningstar pattern here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 here. Let me do a replay to teach you guys today what is about confirmation. Okay, we have SMCI, we have a possible recovery, we have a early signal of a variations of a Morningstar pattern, and we do have a bullish crossover on the RSI, so that's two confluence, right? But Mary, there is a reversal here. Do you guys remember I told you that as long as we did not break, because you gotta pick which one is a bigger candle. This is a bigger candle. And you gotta have to wait. Anything that breaks above here confirms a trade to the upside, and you could actually retest here. But if we cannot surpass the bigger candle, this Morningstar pattern will be invalidated. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that and see where it's going. Remember, we have to break above here to confirm that trade, okay? To confirm the reversal. Let's see if it breaks. It's consolidating. It's a weak move because it took forever for it to even touch here. It just took one candle. This one took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Did it confirm your Morningstar pattern? No, it did not. So that's why knowing where is the confirmation to go long is crucial. Because if you go long just because you saw a Morningstar pattern, but in reality the confirmation lies here, your call is roasted. All right, guys, today it is 9:56. we are done for today. I hope you guys enjoy our late night show with Miss Mary. Next week, I'll bring Tamir, or I'll bring maybe Tom or whoever wants to join me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. Let me just see where we at right here. Okay, DOUL. All right, let's take a look at it before we go then. Let's go back. Yeah, I keep seeing that guy keep saying, please DUOL. 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 Ooh, bearish. That's an ugly candle. Well, first of all, you guys should seen this pattern already. Well, DUOL is trading within the range, right? There's actually a gap here. That gap is not going to fill it anytime soon if we cannot break above here or break above your 50 MAs. So a possible double bottom. Yes, it could be a double bottom. Market is noisy. Market doesn't give you a perfect pattern sometimes, but you got to learn how to notice it, right? Sometimes it's not a prominent W pattern or a double bottom. You got to trade whatever the market gives you. So we have a big bearish candle here, which could reach and extend it to that 174. Yep, it could extend to that 174 all the way to 168 to 166. In order for this to be really bullish, because you're really trading in the range right here to here, you're really trading within the range. In order for this to be bullish, is two things. One, you want to break above your 50 MA, and two, you want to be above and create a higher high. Okay, you do have a resistance lies on 208 to 210 all the way to 213. We need to break above 213. Break out of that 213 at least. It could give you a little bit of resistance. Let's see where. Okay, let's go ahead and use this instead. Yeah, the 255. 255 to 260. But right now it's still bearish. It's still bearish. You have right here, you could definitely see your head and shoulder here. A little bit of a shoulder right here with the neckline, with your second leg lies here all the way here. So it's possible. It's really possible. Take a look at the weekly chart. Ooh, nice. Possible recovery here, hopefully. So DUOL, if we respect that 172, 166 level of support, even here, this had touched 169, it's still a level of support right here. It's still part of it. Remember, we treat our support and resistance as an area, like a range, right? And we are actually currently respecting half of this candle. So you got to watch this candle to the left, right? This is half of the candle. You got a double bottom here, possible double bottom. But once again, we do want to have a green candle. This is all red. Still bearish, still pure bearish. The only possible reversal is a double bottom here. Is it confirmed? Not yet, but we need to hold this level of support. Failed to hold this at 166. You failed to hold at 166, forget it. It's gonna get to this lower low of $145 of support right here. So pay attention to this weekly level, critical. So break out of that. Where's the neckline? You have a possible double bottom or a W pattern. Or you could say double bottom, W pattern. Break out of the neckline is either 207. Full confirmation lies on 213. So break out of that 213 will give you at least a resistance on the 228, 230, give and take 242, which could extend it to 251 all the way to that 259, then 279. Okay, so this is critical. Pay attention to your weekly chart. This will definitely give you a hint where this thing is going. It's still bearish on the daily, but this could be a recovery, guys. Could be a recovery. It's still way oversold here. It's still so bearish, still bearish, but it could recover. Recover. You have to surpass that 50 MAs. We have a, oh, that's not a death cross because you are trading below your 200, especially in the weekly. If you're trading below 200, it's so bearish. Let's take a look at another one. So bearish. Oh, yeah, bearish. That's an ugly candle. It looks like a continuation. It really wants to go. Yeah, guys, it really wants to go to that 145. I'm scared. Well, I don't have this stocks, but it could go to 145. That's where it wants to go. You see that? It looks like a continuation. You have 15 days, so it could, and it's already approaching more than half of this candle, so it really wants to drop. It's so bearish that it wants to drop 145. It's still 145, 144, even to 140. So that those are the level of support that you're gonna have to watch. This monthly is really so scary. You drop below your 50 MAs. This is a rejection of the 50 MAs. This is a continuation of that bearish candle. And as you can see, there's no green yet. It gives you a little bit of a hope if you have one green at least, but one green is just a possible short pullback, which could continue to the downside. But the monthly is so bearish that it wants to get to that 145 to 140. That is your level of support. That's what you're looking at. The weekly is giving you a little bit of a hope. Hopefully it respects your double bottom. But your double bottom, if it respected, you need to pick up some volumes here, and you want to have at least a crossover on your RSI. Right now, it's just so bearish. I think I'm done. This is my third goodbyes, guys. It's just so hard to say goodbye to you guys. But I am done trying to stick to my discipline of 10 p.m. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have a morning huddle. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'll be live at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'll see you guys. Hopefully we'll have a good trades tomorrow, just like today and yesterday's. We've been so blessed. All right, Soupy, we'll do it tomorrow, okay? Because I'm trying to say goodbye and try to be on time. At least it's 10 o'clock. I've been working since this morning, so I'll see you guys. Just like Josh said, peace and blessings. See you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a great night, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, don't forget to press like and thumbs up and follow. Moving forward, I'm going to start doing some live trading on my YouTube subscribers. So hopefully you guys will be subscribing on my channel, because I will be giving you guys a free live trading for my YouTube channels. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, Yolanda.